Okay, let's try this again. I think it's all good now. I'm just going to check my Facebook and make sure that I haven't got too many. Everything went wrong this morning, and I think it was my own fault. That's okay. So I think we're live and we're off and running. Yay! Take two. So this morning is, let's see what the date is, the 9th of December. Every day is rolling into one at the moment. And I've decided to get online very quickly. I'm only going to be, it'll be like a 15-minute chat and have a quick chat about my experience going through to source energy and oneness, God, whatever you want to call it. This experience was extremely profound to me and changed my life. And I believe this will happen with everybody that that doesn't fight the process, that it is a natural process of our evolution of our soul, and that we are all coming into one. So this happened to me back in March this year, and if I was told, this was the 29th of March, I was told there was a 9-month gestation period, and everything that happened to me, I felt was going to be happening to everybody. So I'm just to give you a little bit of a lowdown on who I am. My name is Bobbie Richardson. I'm an author, artist, creator. I've learned to create my own reality, and I do public speaking, singer-songwriter, you name it, anything to do with creation. And I'm also a seer. So my mum had the same gift. It's passed down through my DNA. My children have similar gifts, and I could see interdimensionally. So very easy for guides to come and actually show themselves to me, for beings, extraterrestrials, elementals, all sorts of different beings to come and show themselves to me. Back in early 2000s, I took the reins because it was getting too much. It's like everybody wanted to say or show me something, which was obviously really important to the whole, but I needed to take the reins so that my logical brain could process everything. And so I went through 20, 30 years of, because I'm now 53, of seeing things that others couldn't see. And then in just before my 50th birthday, everything stopped, and I didn't see anything for the last 3 years, much. I think I saw a couple of things, that's it. A big X come towards me again. It was like this happened at the beginning and it happened towards the end when I did take the reins. And when that happened, instead of seeing things, they started channeling through information. So they wanted it to become a direct thing. And I'm still learning that process of channeling information, allowing it to come through. The last few months, it's just become a lot more easier for me to accept. So in saying that, back in March, 2 years prior, I decided to meet Oneness. They told me I would have to have some medicine. It's the only time I've taken medicine was for a journey, and I will not take it again, but not for something like this. Anyway, I don't need to, because I know what's happening next. So in this journey, everything that I had for the first 3/4 of it, I was just going round and round in circles, like creating the same delusional patterns within my mind, not feeling supported, wanting to support myself, walking around trying to figure out how to support myself, not being able to do it, going back to the earth, trying to get her to help, not working, finding a partner, the partner wasn't there, where's my support, nothing was working, and it was just like this perpetual loop. And there was a moment about a few hours later where I just went, okay, there's something wrong here. I need to figure this out for myself. So I just ignored all outer contact, my partner, my everything in this moment, because I needed to find out who I was, and I needed to support and come home to my authentic self. And whether that is something that's embarrassing for somebody to see, or something that's you know, not good, what I perceived before is not a good thing to show you know, everybody out there. Too bad. I just decided this is who I'm going to be. And when I took that reign, when I took those reins of my own reality, everything started shifting. I did what I needed to do, and then something started profoundly happening. I started to connect to oneness, and in doing so, I started to see lives, many lives branching out, and I could see that I was all of those lives. Like I was everything, and everything was me. And as it became more and more and more, it became so amazing that I had to become the observer of it, and the observer of it, and the observer of it. It's become bigger and bigger, and more and more and more lives. And we're talking everything that's in my reality and who I perceive myself to be, what my center point of myself is, and all that I believe outside of myself is me, and that is God. That is the oneness. That is everything. So I got to this point where I could see the evolutional pattern of my own creation of Earth coming through the funnel of the Taurus belt, which is like a donut shape, and as we entered towards the very center of it, there was source oneness, which is just love, everything that we come from. Now I believe that what's happening now is that we're getting really close to that point of becoming close to oneness. So some people are feeling like they're going pretty crazy, and some people are starting to become more enlightened because they've been true to themselves. Animals and children will not be affected, little babies and stuff, because they are presently oneness. They are present in the moment, and they are accepting of themselves. It's not until they go to school and stuff like that that it starts to change a little, but I think that they will have enough within them until their teenage years, until that, you know, as long as that illusional program hasn't completely taken over them. So what this is the shedding of the illusional program that we are not enough, that we are not good enough, because we always were and always will be. And the reason why we feel like we're not good enough is because we've just been, for the last thousands of years, doing the lesson of the left brain logical side of ourselves, which isn't connected to source energy, has no connection. So we've had to create leaders outside of ourselves to help guide us, thinking that somebody else will know, because we have no connection to source energy anymore. But this is what's going to happen, is we're going to connect back into source energy, and that's at oneness. And then I believe everyone will go through what I went through, that feeling of becoming one with everything and realizing that we are all and all is us, that the only reality is you and me or whoever it is. It's kind of like I saw myself, if I went further and further and further and further out, and I saw a body, say the universe became a body, or the multiverse became a body, and if I wanted to look at that body, who would I see? It would be me. And if you looked at it, it would be you. And if a cat looked at it, it would be the cat. You know, we each have different experiences that is bringing something to the whole, but we are all the whole. It's very hard to understand unless you actually felt through that, but I'm trying to give my best interpretation of what source energy is. And I believe that when we are giving birth to ourselves, as we enter oneness, we become one love with all. And in that point where it's just one love with all, there will be, I was told 2/3 will go through and to create something brand new and beautiful, which is bringing our logic and our intuition, imagination together to create something, because we've learnt these two extremely valuable lessons recently, thousands of years, but recently, for a soul, for God that we are. And so we want to bring those together and create something brand new from harmony of all of that. But just like when a baby is born, a baby is the beautiful new creation. There is always, you know, 1/3 or a quarter or whatever left, which is the placenta, and that is going to go back to the start of evolution. So placenta will fall away, go back into earth, come back into a new evolutional process, start all over again. And maybe it is so that we can work together to bring that evolutional process up with our creation. There's probably a lot more to this than even, obviously, that I could even comprehend. But I'm just kind of tapping into things as I talk to you and realize that, yeah, maybe that evolutional process that happens where the placenta drops is going to be used so that we can have still the evolutional process happening as we, like the neuron paths of our reality, like neuron paths of Mother Earth, are creating something brand new. Anyway, that's the importance of it, is to just stay still and present. And I was told this years ago in many dreams, in this moment, be very present, stay very still. You know, don't try to grasp for the future. Don't worry about the past. The past is going to fall away. It's going to drop away. And the future, we don't know anyway. So the best thing to do is to stay very authentic in ourselves, like a child, innocent in what we're playing with, and enjoy the moments as they arrive, and don't try to force anything or worry about anything. The worry is not a good sign. That's the illusion of us not accepting what's coming and not trusting ourselves. And we need to be able to trust ourselves to be able to create something new and move into source energy. On the other side of source energy, I believe, because we have that feeling still resonating with us for a while, that we're one with everything and that we are the creators, that we will start bringing in our own authentic codes, pieces of ourselves, to align ourselves with others and then create something beautiful. So I've seen, for one thing, that there might be groups of people that come together that have harmonic voices, and they're all into singing and all that sort of stuff. So when they get together, their harmonic voices will open portholes on the earth. And there's so many beautiful things that are coming our way. There's just this whole unity of new creations starting to develop, and not just with our right brain and our imagination, our intuition, but also with our logic of what we can do physically with our hands, and create, like, you know, steampunk stuff and all those wonderful, you know, inventions that we want to create. Nothing is taken away. It's an expansion of ourselves. So that's my chat for this morning, and I'll speak to you in another few days, or tomorrow even. I'll just see how it all flows. So bye.